plants need sunlight to make food. On the sun they do depend, and we need plants for food to eat. Yes, the sun sure is our friend. Sunlight travels in straight lines and bounces off of things. We say this is reflected light, as it helps us to see things.
When light from the sun falls on the earth, the light bounces off objects and is turned in another direction. We call this reflected light. So we see whatever object is reflecting the light from the sun to our eyes.
The sun is so important, we could not live without it. It gives us light, it helps plants grow. The sun is so important.
Now stand in front of a mirror, then look close, what do you see? You see a reflection of yourself, for light is still the key. The mirror reflects light because it throws back light so we can see ourselves clearly. Light is an amazing thing.
If objects on earth did not reflect light, we would not see them. If you look at the moon at night, it seems to be glowing. But the moon does not have any light of its own. The moon reflects the light from the sun.
The sun is so important, we could not live without it. It gives us light, it helps plants grow. The sun is so important. The sun is so important, we could not live without it. It gives us light, it helps plants grow. The sun is so important.
I have a secret that I'll share. I think you'll be surprised. That light is not the color white, as I've learned otherwise. Take a special shaped glass and put it in bright light. 7 different colors will make up the color white. This glass is called a prism, and it really helps to show all the colors from red and green to blue and indigo. 7 different colors will appear before your eyes. For all these different colors together make white light.
All the colors that make up white light are called the spectrum. These are the colors of a rainbow. A prism is a special shaped piece of glass that breaks white light into its 7 colors. As the light passes through the prism, it bends each color so we see all the colors separated from one another when the light comes out of the prism.
Red and orange, yellow, green and blue. Then there's indigo and a pretty violet too. Red and orange, yellow, green and blue. Last there's indigo and a pretty violet too. When you see a rainbow that appears up in the sky, it really is a spectrum, and I will tell you why. The colors separate, the water droplets break up light. Just like the prism glass will do, a rainbow's quite a sight. So draw a little picture with the colors that you know are needed to make up the spectrum or a rainbow. Half a circle will look just fine. Now color carefully and use the 7 colors for your rainbow masterpiece. Red and orange, yellow, green and blue. Then there's indigo and a pretty violet too. Red and orange, yellow, green and blue. Last there's indigo and a pretty violet too. Red
Once we're joined, we have a special bond that will not break. And scientists often say good friends we sure do make.
Compounds, compounds, we are quite a team. A group of different elements, we really are supreme. Like sugar and salt and water too. We're all compounds, we stick as tight as glue.
We come apart for we like to be alone. We come apart when we want to all go home. We do not have a special bond, for we like to be separated for a while from our company.
Mixtures, mixtures, we are quite a team. A group of different chemicals, we really are supreme. Like the ocean water and the salt hot sand. We can be separated, we all understand.
Now there's a special mixture called a solution. Solutions are made with liquids like water. When you stir drink mixes into water, you are making a solution. The parts dissolve and spread evenly throughout the water. Powdered lemonade mix does this.
Compounds, mixtures, they are quite a team. A group of different elements, they really are supreme.
Compounds stay together while mixtures come apart.
Now you know about these words, while you sure are smart.
Some chemists study how fast things decay. They try to invent new plastics that will decay faster so our Earth will not be as polluted. Recycling plastic, paper, tin cans, glass, and other objects is one way we can all be responsible citizens and help with our pollution problem. Won't you help too? I'm responsible, and I really try to recycle items, so I classify. I put my pop cans in one place, I put my papers in their space, for they can be used again. I am your recycling friend. Try this experiment. Bury a piece of apple, a pop can, a paper cup, and a glass bottle in your backyard. Wait for 1 week and then go dig them up. What have you found? The apple has probably been eaten by worms or insects, but the other items are still there. They do not decay very fast and will pollute our Earth. So please remember to pick them up after this experiment. I'm responsible, and I really try to recycle items, so I classify. I put my pop cans in one place, I put my papers in their space, for they can be used again. I am your recycling friend. Our rainforests are in danger because so many trees are cut down to make paper each year. You can help. If you buy recycled paper for drawing and painting and recycle your daily newspaper, you can help save our forests. And remember to conserve when you use paper towels and tissues too. I'm responsible, and I really try to recycle items, so I classify. I put my pop cans in one place, I put my papers in their space, for they can be used again. I am your recycling friend.
Is it sugar or is it salt? They look so much alike. Both look like little piles of sand. Both are the color white. I know they do not taste the same, for one is oh so sweet, and one will make my mouth water. It is not a tasty treat.
The reason salt and sugar look the same but taste very different is that they are made up of different elements. Scientists made a chart of all the known elements. This chart is called the periodic table. This table lists all of the elements. When different elements are joined together, they make different things.
I like to sprinkle salt on homemade popcorn or on my French fries when they are nice and warm. But sugar is a treat when I make lemonade or eat a piece of toast with Mom's apple marmalade.
When two or more elements join together, they make what is called a compound. Salt and sugar are both compounds, but they are made from different elements. Salt is made from two elements, sodium and chlorine, while sugar is made from three elements, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Isn't science fascinating?
Is it sugar or is it salt? Now I know what to say. I'll recite the proper elements and surprise my dad today.
Have you ever noticed how wet puddles disappear? Have you ever noticed how fog appears on your mirror? Chemists know that heat is the reason for the change, so let me take a moment in order to explain. Some call it magic. Can you really grasp that water can be a liquid, a solid, or a gas? It changes form whenever heat decides to come around, like a melting popsicle falling to the ground. Water has three forms. It can be a solid like an ice cube, or a liquid that you drink. It also can be a gas called mist, steam, or water vapor. Heat will make an ice cube melt into water, and heat will make puddles disappear after it rains. Let's learn about what scientists call evaporation and condensation. When a liquid changes form and turns into a gas, this is called evaporation, which can happen fast. For after it rains, the sun will start to heat and change the water to a gas, the evaporation thing. Condensation happens when you take a glass with ice and pour some water on the ice. A little will suffice. Now wait a little while, what will you start to see? But drops of water on the glass, the condensation thing. Water changing into a gas is called evaporation. Evaporation happens each time that it rains. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. Condensation is when a gas changes back into a liquid. Some call it magic, but now you know the facts. That water can be a liquid, a solid, or a gas because of condensation and evaporation too. You've learned today what I call the scientific view.
When I grow up, I want to be something very interesting. The job I'll do will help a lot of people, and I'll like the work that I do. Each day will be adventurous, and I'll strive to learn a lot. Then I'll share what I know, and my knowledge will grow. It's the perfect job. I ask so many questions that my parents think I should become a chemist someday. Like, why does my bicycle rust when I leave it outside in the rain? Or what makes the powder in water turn into gelatin when my mom puts it in the refrigerator? I like doing experiments at school, too. I like to solve problems and discover ways to help people. So I think I would like to develop new medicines to help people who are sick. Yes, becoming a chemist would be the right occupation for me. Now science is important, so I'll study hard when learning about biology.
investigate, but do you like to know what happens to the puddles that splash between your toes? Do you ask a lot of questions like what is H2O? Or why does sugar taste so sweet? Would you like to know?
It's called chemistry. You might grow up to be a chemist who will help us find the answers that we need. You might investigate the cause of a strange disease and search for cures to help people live past 103.
Do you like to play in water and mix in a little dirt? Now how will you get that spot off of your brand new shirt? What happens when you hold some chocolate in your little hand? And why does water, when it freezes, start to expand?
It's called chemistry. You might grow up to be a chemist who will help us find the answers that we need. You might investigate the cause of a strange disease and search for cures to help people live past 103. It's called chemistry. You might grow up to be a chemist who will help us find the answers that we need. You might investigate the cause of a strange disease and search for cures to help people live past 103.
What is an educated guess that has not been proven yet? What is an educated guess? Tell me, do you know? An hypothesis, you are right, is an educated guess. An hypothesis, you are right, is an educated guess. What is the smallest part of a ladybug? What is the smallest part? Tell me, do you know? Atoms, atoms, you are right. Atoms are the smallest part. Atoms, atoms, you are right, are the smallest part. What is it called when elements do not come apart at all? When elements don't separate, tell me, what is this called? Compounds do not come apart, compounds do not separate. Compounds do not come apart, they do not separate. What is it called when elements do not have a special bond? When elements separate, tell me, what is this called? Mixtures, mixtures come apart. Mixtures do not have a bond. Mixtures, mixtures come apart,
they don't have a bond. What happens to the puddles on the ground after it rains? What happens to the puddles? Tell me, do you know? The puddle soon evaporates, the puddle disappears. As the water changes to a gas, it goes into the air. You know the answers, you are right, you have listened well. You know the answers, you are smart, you will excel. So study hard while you're in school, study and you'll see all the things that you will learn about chemistry.